Alright guys, so this is going to be probably the last fish unboxing of this year. We got our last order here from Colombia, so all pretty much South American fish with the exception of a couple add-ons. So we're going to start kind of go through and show you guys what we got. First one here is going to be dwarf Cories. So these are Corydoras habrosus. So they are a small Cory. They get about 1.5 inches. So they're good for smaller tanks or just people who want a large school with kind of a smaller Cory, considering most of them get around usually 2 to 2.5 inches. Alright, so this one here, these are silver hatchets. A little bit more of a sensitive community fish. The only thing you really have to be careful with, aside from just water quality, is going to be just having like a tight fitting lid, because they do tend to be jumpers. They hang around the top of the tank a lot, and so they can fly out pretty easily. These are just Tiger Barb, so these aren't from the Colombian order. We're just kind of topping up on them. Just a barb from Indonesia. Probably just one of the most common bobs. One of the most common barbs you see in the hobby.
I like bobs.
Okay, so these first ones here is Corydoras Agassizii. Just a Colombian Cory, kind of an interesting pattern on it. You can see any of them there. Corydoras Agassizii. They kind of have like that jumbled lining on them there. And we have a couple others here. So this is Corydoras Elegans. This is one that actually changes quite a bit when they get bigger. They don't look like much when they're small. We got a random catfish in there.
Zamora.
They don't look like much when they're small, but when they get bigger, they kind of get this brown metallic look to them, and they actually turn out to be a really nice looking Cory. These ones here are Corydoras wotroi. So again, just another Cory. We're just kind of basically trying to get just a bunch of different variety of these guys because they're really popular catfish for the hanging around the bottom of your tank while still being a schooling fish. Next up here, so just cardinal tetras. Pretty good sized ones actually. It's probably one of the most popular and common schooling tetras that we sell.
You'll see with the cardinal tetras, the red runs through the entire belly, where with the neon it'll only run halfway through.
And there's just 2 bags of those. We got about 400 of them. We do go through quite a bit of them. So these are Rummy-nose. We showed these in a previous video. So when they color up after you get into a tank, they kind of get this bright red head and then black and white striping on their tail. And they're a fair size. They get about 2 inches. Pretty active, so they do better in a slightly larger tank. And there's more Rummy-nose in there. So, in here is a new geo that we've never had before. This is Geophagus taeniopareius. So as far as fish go, they're actually relatively new. They were discovered about 30 years ago. Other than that, like their typical geocare, they're not one of the larger species. They're mid-range, so they don't get too big, around 6 inches. And they're a good, peaceful South American fish. Plecos, here. These are L27s, just royals. Probably the most common royal Pleco you see. They do better on kind of a tank that has a lot of driftwood in it, because that's a heavy part of their diet. And they'll get about 10 inches long. And they just have kind of a different shape than the typical Pleco. A lot of it kind of just a big head on them. These are just, again, more royals here. These guys are pretty popular, and these came in pretty big. So these are L240s, galaxias. So omnivorous Pleco. They're not a true vegetarian. They do like meat in their diet as well. They get just under 10 inches. And those are from a few parts of South America there. So they come into Colombia, in the Rio Orinoco, as well as into Venezuela. So looks like more Plecos in here. So these are Para Plecos from Colombia. Kind of got like this light yellow tone to them, with speckling going kind of through their head, and the spots kind of get larger as you go further into their body. You get around 8-9 inches. This is Corydoras arcuatus. So they're a Skunk Cory. These are pretty much adults here. They won't get too much bigger than this. Just got the two stripes running from their eye all the way down to their tail. So these are false zebra Plecos. So much different than the true zebras, which fetch a much higher price tag. These are Colombian Pleco. They get just about 3 inches. They're a reasonable size, whereas some of the other Plecos here get quite a bit larger. So they're good for kind of the 20-30 gallon tanks. And then lastly here is a Tetra that's really rare. We've never actually had it before. So their common name is a Kyburzi Tetra. They come from Colombia, but the area they're collected from is quite dangerous. So for a long time, there wasn't anyone who was actually willing to go out and collect them. They're kind of similar to an emperor tetra in body shape, but they get kind of these red speckles throughout them, which you can kind of see in the bag right now, but I'm sure will develop more. They are considered a micro predator, so they would go well with any larger tetras around their size, but I wouldn't put them with neons, cardinals, or anything they can kind of get their mouth around, because they do have some teeth on them. The males can be territorial to each other, but kind of an ideal is about having 6 of them. And you can see they're already pretty big, so they're a fair-sized tetra. Some of these are probably over 3 inches. And that's it for kind of this order, guys. Like I said, this is probably the last unboxing we'll do for this year, but I'm sure as we come into January, there'll be more reptiles and more fish unboxing. And then as we kind of go further in here, since we've been having pretty good feedback on the videos, we're going to start kind of doing more of these. We're looking to possibly start a YouTube channel in the next coming weeks. We're going to start uploading all these unboxing videos to there, and then starting to do some different stuff depending on what people want to see. So we're going to have kind of species profiles where we go over certain species, go over their care, their husbandry, their setup, things like that. Maybe do some setup videos, some time lapses of when we built reptile tanks, set up aquarium tanks at customers' homes, and then maybe some product reviews when we get new product, or just product that we kind of stand behind and use in the store. And obviously we're going to be open to suggestions, anything that you guys want to see, we're willing to do, and hopefully that grows and we'll continue to do videos that everyone likes to see. So that's it for now, and then we'll start seeing everyone in the new year.
Alright guys, happy holidays. See you in the new year.